The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is our setting tonight, as seen from above. It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. And on tap tonight, it's the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And here's a look at some numbers for Garland.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, after a 16-year run where they made the playoffs 15 times and won the NBA title in 2011, the Dallas Mavericks have missed the postseason the last 3 years. But by bringing in 2019 Rookie of the Year Luka Doncic and trading for All-Star Kristaps Porzingis, there's a lot of confidence in Dallas that they will soon be back in the hunt. Kevin?
Seems like they are. Thanks, D.A. And tonight, Brent, classic battle of pivot men. Talk about some of your favorite center matchups historically.
Well, we hear a lot and we see a lot in terms of the nostalgia of Wilt Chamberlain going up against Bill Russell. I remember years watching in front of the television Akeem Olajuwon playing against David Robinson in some Western Conference battles. I don't know that we're going to see that much in the next 4 or 5 years, Kevin. We know where the game is going, and those post matchups end up becoming somewhere near the three-point line nowadays.
And a look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Garland in at the point. And for the Mavericks, Ligue is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. The Cobra out there with Luka Doncic. And it's the prodigy in at the small forward.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Here's Osman. Picked away. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And so Sexton will bring it up for Cleveland. It's a 5-point game. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Osman kicks to Drummond. The wide open look here for Garland. And the 3 off target.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They've been looking at a source in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
Here's Osman. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Pass to Love. Just 5 on the clock. Fades and shoots. Porzingis with the rebound.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
The offensive rebound. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel-good.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at the Mavericks. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, they've already become a team you have to stand up and pay attention to. Don't sleep on these guys. They're a dangerous squad.
Well, the reason I think, Greg, they're dangerous is the fact that they're playing with just a ton of confidence right now. And the more wins that they can pile up now, the more cohesive they're going to be.
Here's Garland after Luka Doncic's bucket. Love inside. Here's Osman. From deep. Now here's Garland. He's covered closely. Pass to Sexton. Traps in the tray.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Mavericks leading by 9. The Cobra passes to Porzingis. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The pass to Drummond. To the inside. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. They went to Cleveland for their last meeting with the Cavaliers, and they came out with a win.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
The turnover margin was well within their favor, and you have to point to that ferocious D they played as the biggest factor in that win.
Shot clock at 3. Here's Doncic. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Doncic has got his second bucket of the game to go. The Cavaliers trail by 13. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
Here's Osman after Luka Doncic's bucket. Love dishes to Sexton. Goes up at the stripe.
And guys, still early, but I'd like to see them crash the offensive glass.
It doesn't go for him. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. To the paint, here's Love. And Love throws it down.
Well, if Kevin Love gets that deep and has that kind of room, he's going to make sure of it with the jam.
Porzingis passes to the Cobra. Here's Kleba. He's guarded by Love. Pass to the Cobra. Three-pointer. Rebound Love. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Drummond passes to Osman. Now Garland. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Sexton. This one for 3. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Floats it up for Doncic. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Now here's Sexton. He picked up 27 points in the last win against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
You know, some people, Brent, have compared the hard-nosed Colin Sexton to Russell Westbrook. What do you think?
I think that might be overshooting it a little bit. Russell is Russell, quite frankly, but at 6'2" with those long arms, is he a bigger version of maybe Eric Bledsoe, who played his early years with the Clippers and now with the Bucks, where he can get out and defend, use that body and size a little bit to bowling ball his way into the interior and make some things happen.
First free throw is good. Early part of the season, Brent, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
In order to stay in the NBA, Kevin, no, I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I could not do that.
You played 14 years.
I loved coming into training camp being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I wanted to be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the offseason and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improved the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 5. Here's Drummond. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Here's the Cobra. A 38-point game for him in the win against Golden State.
And don't let his defensive work get passed over. With all his steals, he was just as valuable on D as he was at the other end.
Here's Garland following the score by Dallas. At the elbow, it's Drummond. Kicks it to Garland. Bobbed up there for Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
They get it again. Porzingis at the elbow. Doncic. Good D by Drummond.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Right wing. Love outside. The three-pointer, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's the Cobra to the middle. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has got 8 points. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with the Cobra. And it's the prodigy in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Osman. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said, "We clicked right away. We're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special." Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different tone.
If they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Osman. Down low. Here's Drummond. Porzingis with the block.
Well, you can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Osman kicks to Love. Inside, Porzingis with the steal. And they're moving it up. Second shot opportunity. Here's the prodigy, and it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
The Cavaliers have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70% on the season.
Free throw good, Garland.
You look at the youth movement here going on in Cleveland. They had a lottery pick to work with 2 seasons in a row. And now a college coach coming in with a bunch of young players. You wonder if some of their veteran guys might not be around the entire season as they look to continue to try to collect some assets to rebuild this franchise.
And Brent, the Cavaliers have been lucky with high lottery picks.
They got really lucky with that #1 pick in LeBron James many moons ago, Kevin. But it's time for a rebuild here in Cleveland. And you wonder what the rookies that are coming in this season, along with John Beilein as a tremendous offensive coach in college at the University of Michigan, if this all doesn't help accelerate some of the learning curve for these young talented players.
And so it's Cleveland with it. The Mavericks making the shot, and that one's good. Drummond.
Drummond, a huge target rolling to the rim.
Down low, Kleba uses the glass to finish the layup. Kleba's got his first bucket of the night.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for
Yes,
the
I
teams
do.
that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Here's Garland. The Mavericks making the shot. Love outside. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Love. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to the Cobra. Dallas moving it around. Up again.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now, here's Garland. He's tightly guarded. And there's the pass to Drummond. Lock at 6. Over Porzingis. They grab their own miss. Here's Love. He dishes it to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
Love has a knack for recognizing when a teammate's going to break wide open.
Dallas has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. The Cobra passes to Porzingis. Here's the Cobra. To the paint. Here's the Prodigy. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Passes it to Drummond. Here's Osman. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Here's the Prodigy. Doncic outside. Just 4 to shoot. No good on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Took him no time at all on that one. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Well, the great thing about watching that game was that we saw it through their offense, and they showed a few different looks that they settled into and played well.
And here is Garland. Following Porzingis' 3. And here is Garland. He had 10 points in the win against the Heat in Miami. Drummond, and the layup falls. Drummond's got 12 in the game.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
And that one is hammered home.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Osman, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. He kicks to Love. Shot clock at 5. Here's Garland. Here's Drummond. Porzingis with the block. Now the Mavericks moving it up on the wing. And another basket for Dallas.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Now, here's Garland. He has 6. Pass to Osman. Outside, Porter. Uncovered. That one rolling around and rims out. Dallas has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And the dunk by Porzingis.
That's a big target in Porzingis, but he delivers.
Garland with it. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Up top, Porter. Pass to Osman. Now, here's Garland. A floater. Porzingis with the block. They retain possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Foul. And so it's Dallas with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kevin. How do you guys get back in this game after the first half?
Make shots. I mean, we're getting good ones. I don't know what it is. We had a day off. Just need to get our legs under us in the second half, come out, go on a big run like we usually do, and we'll be fine.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. And I'm Kevin Harlan. From the get-go, it was Dallas who came out strong. Looking absolutely unstoppable off the tip, they put together a masterful 12-0 run. At the end of the first quarter, they found themselves way out on top. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
I love the way they're getting after it in the paint. Moving bodies, attacking the rim, scoring at will. Sometimes teams try to hurt you with the 3-ball. They went right for the heart of the defense. Look at them to keep pounding it inside and staying physical.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, Cleveland shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Tipping off the second half, here's John Beilein's 5. Ashman and Love are the forwards. Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. The shot's good from Love.
Maybe some underrated parts of Kevin Love is the strength that he has in that lower body. Excels at absorbing that contact and then up and powers through.
Now here's Doncic. Here's Cleveland. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
In a coaching hire by the Cavaliers that caught most off guard, John Beilein had led the Michigan Wolverines for 12 seasons, their all-time leader in coaching wins.
Well, there was also talk the year prior about John Beilein joining the Detroit Pistons organization, so finally making the jump to the NBA, where it's a much different challenge. It's going to be very interesting to see how it is that Coach Beilein implements a lot of his offensive schemes that were so successful in college.
And the foul called on the Cobra. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
Doncic with the steal.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
An emphatic LU jam.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And so here's Cleveland. The Mavericks making the shot. Right around a minute and a half played here in the 3rd quarter. Misses off the right iron. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Dallas shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. No good on that one. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take, 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense.
What a handle.
But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's about he has an idea of after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who was a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Here's Doncic after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Now here's Doncic, guarded close, and he gets the bucket. Doncic has got 17.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Love, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Love's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. The pass to the prodigy. Dallas moving it around. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Now here's Garland. 6 points for him. Sexton finds Drummond. Here's Osman. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Garland, the pass to Love. To the left wing. Here's Osman. Back to Love. The 3. Here's Drummond. Goes up again. And no good. Nice D from Porzingis.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 7. Kicks to Drummond. Passes it to Osman. 6 on the shot clock. They need this. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's the prodigy. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. And Cleveland also making a change. Porter's checked in for Jetty Osman. And so here's Cleveland. Now here's Garland. He has 6. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. To the middle. Here's the Cobra. Love grabs the board. Cavaliers shooting is leaving something to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened, there's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. Here's Drummond. The Mavericks making the shot. Now Garland. And Cleveland again with the bucket. Here's the Cobra. Pass to the Prodigy. Here's the Cobra. And the layup is good. The Cobra's got 30 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And here is Garland. He's got 8. Sexton. That falls. Clean assist by Love. Sexton's got 9.
Too easy that time. Sexton sniffing it out and then getting to an area on the floor that made that one easy.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season, allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
And even as the Cavaliers lag at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
2.
And he can't get the first one. Seth Curry, a lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line. You
imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players too that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. The Cobra out there with Doncic. And it's Curry in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And Love gets it to go.
You got to know that about Kevin Love. He's going to take what the defense gives him, that time inside.
For Dallas, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's the Cobra. Outside Curry. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. Ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
The kids play that in high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point.
Two.
First one falls for him. Well, you know, the NBA not the only. And so here is Dallas. Doncic kicks to Curry. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And here's what Cleveland's schedule is looking like. On Saturday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum. and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Monday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets.
And for that matchup with the Magic, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
Kevin Love got his hand up. That was just enough to alter the shot.
Pass to Thompson. This is to Sexton. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot
which is everything shooting, free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit, like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, you know, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley-Stein's checked in. Basket good.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now, here's Sexton. Guarded by Doncic. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Porzingis has got the ball. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Well, Cleveland shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Here's McKinney. Just 5 to shoot. There's the pass to Sexton. Trying to end the drought. That shot off. Now Dallas takes it the other way.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Maybe the length coming into play this time for Cauley-Stein is he's up and over the top of everyone.
Here's Sexton. After the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. Love dishes to Sexton. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple of years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch.
That free throw good from Thompson.
Tristan Thompson is one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA. So to do that, you can't be afraid to throw your weight around.
Passes it to the Cobra. Fires the three. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time. Mavericks.